viewers, it's another episode of your Family Moment Show. And today's episode, we are going to be tackling a very sensitive and timely topic that affects every home, most homes, and most relationships: secrets in marriage. The marriage relationship is viewed as a union that is supposed to be built on trust, honesty, and transparency. But what is the reality today? Couples still keep secrets from each other for whatever reasons that is they feel should be. Today, we have a couple with over 20 years marriage experience who have navigated this complex topic of secrets in marriage, who will be exploring why couples keep secrets in marriage, the type of secret that people keep in marriages, the impact on their marriage relationship, and how we can have better marriage relationship. Remember, on the Family Moment Show, we emphasize that couples, marriages, homes, families must stay together. Right after this break, we'll introduce our couples to us and we'll go on this exciting journey of exploring why secrets in marriages be. Like I did mention earlier, we have a wonderful couple in the studio today, Wemi Mukoro, fondly known as Aunty Wemi. Aunty Wemi is a highly accomplished cognitive behavioral management therapist with over a decade of experience in her field. Her expertise is underscored by numerous certifications, including Children and Adolescent Mental Health Service Provider, CAMHS. She is a social worker, counselor, and cognitive behavioral therapist, CBT. Her dedication to her profession has earned her numerous awards and recognition, including the prestigious United Nations Ambassador for Peace and the 100 Successful Women in Business Award in London. Currently, Aunty Wemi coordinates the Child Education Safety and Protection Initiative on 3 radio stations, providing invaluable guidance to children and families. She also served as a domestic violence trauma counselor and shelter manager at Olarewaju Omo George Foundation, and many, many more to her credit. Viewers, meet Wemi Mukoro. You're welcome, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we have behind Mrs. Wemi, Mr. Smith Mukoro. Mr. Smith is a versatile and accomplished professional with a strong background in human capital development, administration, and business strategy. Mr. Smith is well equipped to excel in his field. His membership in the Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM, further demonstrates his competence and expertise. In addition to his professional achievements, Mr. Smith is a minister of the gospel and the CEO, founder of Sweat Multi-Service Hub, a business training and consulting company. He is dedicated to making a positive impact in his field and community. You're welcome. Good to have you on the show today.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Yeah, viewers, today we are tackling a very sensitive topic that affects families and relationships: secrets in marriage. The marriage union is supposed to be built on trust, openness, transparency. In fact, scripturally, when God instituted marriage, he said, and they both will be naked and will not be ashamed. Everybody has a common agreement when it comes to that it means there should be openness as much as possible. Now, should there be secrets in marriage? Because from what we are seeing today, couples still keep secrets from each other, negating that plan from the beginning that both should be naked and should not be ashamed. So should there actually be secrets in marriage? Aunty Wemi.
I actually thought you was going to go first.
No, okay, let me start from Aunty Wemi. I'm still coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should there really be secrets in marriage?
Yes.
Well, the answer is not yes and is not no.
Oh, not yes, not
And
no.
not
There
no.
should and there shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I said we are going to explore the do's and the don'ts. Okay.
Yeah.
So why should there be and why shouldn't there be?
Okay, if I'm going to define what secret is, okay, it's basically an information.
Okay.
And if you are going to look at it holistically, okay, information you have the right to either share your information, and you have the right to hold it back.
Even to your spouse.
You are dealing with a human being now.
That spouse still qualified to be a human being. Okay, go on.
So I just want to lay that foundation.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
because we're dealing with human being, and we have different people coming from different orientations and all of that. However, information you can choose to share, you can choose not to share. It now depends on who you chose to. But since we're talking about a spouse,
it's your husband we are talking about too.
I understand.
Okay. Okay.
Since we're talking about a spouse in this light, then I will then look within me. Okay, is it right for me to keep it away from him, or do I want to share with him? So the honor still lies within me if I want to share or not. I'll leave it at that.
So what happened to that? They will both be naked and not be ashamed. Now, the marriage relationship is meant to be built on trust, honesty, transparency, total and complete nakedness without being ashamed, right? We all agree. We all agree on that foundation. So, to you, Mr. Smith, in your opinion, how do you handle the difference on what constitutes a secret and privacy boundary? You know, like Aunty Wemi said, there are some information that should be disclosed, and there are information that shouldn't be disclosed.
And you can choose.
You can choose. Oh, I like that. So you can choose.
Yes.
So now, how do you, handle this difference? Meaning there are things that should be secrets, and there are things that should be privacy boundaries, so to say. Okay, if marriage relationship is meant to be built on absolute trust, transparency, honesty, so how do you handle difference in opinion on what constitutes a secret versus a personal privacy boundary?
Thank you very much for that question. Of course, we define secret as my wife defined secret previously. Says secret is an information, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it becomes secret, when you deliberately do not want the other person to know about it, when you deliberately keep it away from the other person, it becomes a secret. Now, when it comes to the issue of privacy, okay, one of the things that couples must also understand is that we don't take one another for granted. We must also respect each other's privacy.
If it means keeping some information from the other person, we are now saying it is personal privacy boundary.
Yes, in terms of when it comes to such information, they can be defined. You put it in context. Information that has to do with my work, okay, my business relationship, as it were.
No,
there are certain decisions that happens at work.
No, that's your work. That is your business. We are talking about you and your wife as spouse, husband and wife, man and woman. It is not your office that you'll be naked. It's at home that you'll be naked. It's between the man and his wife.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the information that has to do with you and your wife, your relationship.
Of course, if it has to do with our relationship,
yes,
there shouldn't be any secret between the couple. In fact, you oil your marriage relationship through your transparency with one another. So my heart should be at rest when it comes to anything that has to do with my wife. I can trust her. I can go to sleep. I can go to rest. I know that there's nothing she's keeping away from me that is of any importance, okay, to our union and our relationship. But when it comes in terms of privacy, what I was trying to explain earlier was when it comes to, there are certain things that have to do with work-related issues that are information that has no business with our marriage relationship.
No, work is work. So
to that extent.
Back to Aunty Wemi. Now, that is what it should be. But why in an ideal situation? So why do we still have couples that keep secret? Why?
Yeah. Okay. The reason is wide. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We have people who still have issues in the past that they are dealing with. You know, we have a lot of people who have childhood memories that are they've not dealt with it, and they keep rolling into it with life. They bring it into marriage, and they've learned it over time. You know, in psychology, it's called learned behavior, where you just believe, you condition your mind. Like, this aspect of me is for me, and then this aspect of me is for us. You know, but if an individual is going to go into a marital relationship, then you must be open. You must be willing to become vulnerable. Vulnerability is a litmus test for you being naked and not ashamed. However, the next party now, the spouse, all right, to be vulnerable to. Are you mature enough to handle my vulnerability? Am I safe enough to become vulnerable?
So when the other person is not matured enough,
exactly,
it can lead to secrets from the other person.
Exactly. That was where I started from, defining secret as being information, which I may choose to share, I may choose not to share, based on the circumstance that surrounds it, based on the individual I'm dealing with, based on the situation. And I want us to also understand that there are some situations that some people believe I can handle. Okay? Yeah, like, okay, I can handle it. Okay. However, you need to sit down and look at what we call the SWOT analysis of every issue. You look at the strength of that situation. Okay, if I choose to keep it, will it strengthen me? You look at the weaknesses that are, that comes with that situation. How am I going to become broken, shattered if I keep it back? You look at the opportunities in it. Do I have any opportunity to heal if I open up, if I become vulnerable? And then what are the threats? Ego, guilt. So there are so many reasons that people don't want to share their secret.
Well, people keep secrets for so many reasons. And from what happens today, many homes, the reason for tension, the reasons for even breakup in so many homes are linked most times to secrets. Because most secrets may not, outlive the person that is trying to keep it. And at the time it comes out, the problem becomes bigger. Don't you think so? So I think there are other impacts of keeping that secret. You think as even after you must have done all you are not, don't you think there's still impact?
Yeah, okay.
Of keeping those secrets.
We have good secrets and bad secrets.
Good secrets
and bad secrets. Okay, for example, if I want to surprise him, okay, and I'll be needing to employ another person's knowledge. Okay, I want you to know about it, but I don't want him to know.
And that is a surprise. It's not a secret.
Sometimes it could be a secret.
No, it's a surprise.
Like
and
keeping
it's not,
I'm
planning a surprise. Time. No, it's not a secret for me.
Yes, but you see, the very bad ones, okay, could come from either the past or maybe an occurrence, event that happened within the marriage. Okay. Yeah. So we need to know what kind of secret it is. But in this context, we have people that have habits they deal with, and those habits have become habitual, and then they are keeping it to themselves. For example.
So are we going to classify that as a good secret?
Bad secret.
Bad secret.
For example, a woman or a man who, I believe this is a mature setting, okay, a man who masturbates is a form of secret. Yeah, a woman who keeps, who you have not, veered off the circle of your marriage, but you are already developing something unhealthy for someone, is a form of secret. A woman who has huge money, okay,
and she's keeping it.
Is it
it's a form of secret.
Yes.
Wow. We'll be going on a break, and when we come back, we'll be doing more justice to these secrets in marriage. Healthy secret versus unhealthy secret. How do we navigate and strike a balance between these two? Right after this break, don't go away.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back from that short break. Is still your favorite program, the Family Moment Show, keeping us together. I'm your anchor and faculty member for Relic Studios, Stella Ireniatoy. And today in the studio we have Mr. Smith Mukoro and Aunty Wemi exploring the topic secrets in marriage. Before we went on that break, we are looking at harmful and healthy secrets. Something that will have an impact on that relationship. The emphasis on the family moment is that we must stay together. So anything that will tear us apart is a threat. And one of such are secrets. And we are saying there are harmful and healthy secrets. Do you agree with that there are harmful secrets?
Okay.
That means they can tear us apart.
Well, a secret is a secret. Secret should have no place in a marriage.
Secret is secret.
Okay? It should have no place in fact, when secrets begin to build up, it's creating an unhealthy atmosphere already.
So for you, there shouldn't be healthy or harmful secrets?
No, there shouldn't be. If looking at the broad categorization of what secret is, we're taking it by the value of the word secret, which is deliberately keeping away vital information from your spouse. There shouldn't be room for that in a marriage relationship.
No, there is this thinking from some quarters that, okay, if my spouse gets to know this much about me, I'm not going to be safe again. Maybe, this inheritance thing here and there. So they tend to keep those secrets. Even if it is genuine, what do you think? Should they still go ahead to keep such secrets?
Well, I'll ask the question. If the foundation is destroyed, what can even the righteous do? There are people whose foundation, their marriage was not established on God, and they are still having it going. Okay, what is helping them is the fact that, number one, they understand the power of communication, okay, and the power of feedback. All right, because in communication, you must get a feedback. You must get a reaction from me. But if I am able to tell that the reaction I'm going to get from you will worsen the situation, then the individual, or let's say my spouse, has not proven to me that you are mature enough, you are ready, you are willing to handle, the gravity of the secret. Okay. However, if the relationship is built on God, then before I come to talk to you about a secret, I go by the scripture that says that the heart of the king is in the hand of God. God, this thing that I want to reveal, okay, go ahead of me, speak through me, help me handle the situation, and you'll be shocked at the way the situation will be handled. So it depends on two major terrains.
Yes, it depends on two major terrains. But within the period when you're battling with should I not, don't you think the relationship would already be affected somehow? Because as a man or as a woman thinketh in his heart, so is he. Don't you think somehow, because these are the effects of keeping secrets.
Yes.
It has effects until you decide what to do with the secret within that time lapse. What do you think will be happening to that relationship?
This is
because sometimes there is this popular saying that you may need 10 secrets to keep one. At the time you started keeping one, you may need supporting secrets, and before you know it, we are trying to. So within that space of what do I do about this secret? Should I say it? Should I not say it? What do you think will be happening
now
to that? So what will be the
moment
effect?
you become restless, that you're losing your peace, then it's time for me to release. Do you agree? It's time, because there's no how you keep something within that you will behave like a normal person.
Now, Aunty Wemi, if within that space of what should I do,
okay,
the other person gets to find out about that secret and does something drastic, would you say he has done something wrong?
Well, this is I was following a line of thought. Okay. Now, there is no relationship that should run without a third party, which is God, and another person that you can trust in your relationship, that you are accountable to. Okay, so within this space of time when you are restless, you can use that person as a window to exhale. and that person would look, you know, through the wisdom of God, or through the maturity or experience of life.
So how would you
and
trust
help
your
you?
secret with a third party
I cannot
and
just
not your spouse?
and not your spouse.
And if your
You-
spouse gets to find out, how would you convince him? Now we are drawing two lines between honesty and discretion.
Honesty and discretion.
That is about honesty now,
Yes.
and being, you know, applying discretion in this case. You know, within this space, while trying to balance these two factors, the other person gets to find out. You understand my point? How would you explain that actually you didn't intend that he finds out, that you were being discretionary about it?
Do you want to say something?
So how would you convince him that actually I was
you
just
wanted
being
to
discretionary about
about
this thing?
it.
I was planning to tell you,
Okay.
but you got to know.
Before I let you
so
in.
how would you convince him that that was actually what you planned to do?
No, you know, it's better safe than being sorry, really. The scenario you're trying to paint, usually that is why it shouldn't become a practice or a habit in a relationship, marriage relationship. However, as I said earlier, if it occurs, we're all human beings, okay? Of course, we know that time and space could create other complications and problems. And that's as much as possible. We must learn to keep a daily account with our spouses, okay? We must learn to start discussing things before they become
issues, addressing
issues.
it, dipping it in the bud before it becomes something that we can't talk about.
So I am an advocate of, okay, let's discuss everything about us. Whatever I encounter on a daily basis, whatever I do at work, of course I get back home from work, I should be able to
be mad at me if I've done something silly.
Exactly.
Rather than allowing it to become secret.
You know, but if it happens, if for any reason it happens, and a day has gone by, few days have gone by, and you have not disclosed it, okay, there must be reasons for that. It could be that you have come to realize, because of course you've lived, the best person who knows you is your spouse. Okay, many times my wife will tell me, I know you don't know how to lie. When I'm trying to pretend or trying to hide something, she already reads me. I said, you don't know how to lie. You understand what I'm saying? So, over time, as you have come a long way together, your spouse is the best person who knows you, who understands you. Do you understand?
Wow, it's been an explosive session today on secrets in marriage. Our final words from our guests: we believe families must stay together, families must grow together. So, secrets in marriage, the impact, and how best do you think couples can handle this very sensitive aspect of their relationship to ensure that they stay together?
Thank you very much. Secrets in marriage, some of the damage it does, it erodes trust.
Wow.
Okay, and
most times it's difficult to build.
Exactly, and it could lead to suspicion. The other person could feel betrayed, you know, and of course it could lead to greater problems in marriage. So for me, I would advise that couples should learn they should not take one another for granted. Don't dabble into things, you know, any action or things you cannot
would give birth or give room.
You'll not be proud of. And learn to discuss issues before they gravitate to become secrets. You understand? Be open with one another. Let's communicate, and then also, if it happens that for whatever reason your spouse has come to disclose something to you, be open-minded. Demonstrate empathy.
Don't be judgmental.
Demonstrate empathy and understanding, and be willing to forgive, so that you can
Be willing to forgive,
heal
so that
together,
you can heal.
and you can grow again.
Aunty Wemi, powerful.
Okay.
What do you think?
Secrets, whether healthy or unhealthy, comes with its own consequences. Okay, so I'll say that bring God in. Whether you have something heavy to release or something that is not heavy, don't reveal it alone. Bring God in, trust God to go ahead to speak for you, and then be humble. If you have to apologize, if you have to clear your mess, if you even have to face the consequences of your actions, be ready, be open. And then for the other person that, you know, is the saint, as it were. All right.
Yeah, there's a sinner, there's a saint. Try not to be a sinner.
Exactly. Use your garment to keep the other person warm. Okay, in times of
use your garment to keep the other person warm.
And trust God to heal.
Wow, use your garment to keep the other person warm. That way we stay together as a family. Viewers, it's been an insightful and expository session with Mr. Smith Mukoro and Aunty Wemi on today's Family Moment Show. If your spouse sins and you are the saint, use your garment to provide warmth, and don't always be the sinner and expecting the saint to always provide warmth. As a couple that wants to stay together, we should be mindful not to create situations or put ourselves in circumstances that will lead to secrecy, and then how we want to manage it and the many damages that comes with it. On Family Moment Show for today, we are calling it a day. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handles, and you can share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about secrets in marriage? Are they harmful? Are they healthy? Should they be shared? Shouldn't they be shared? And how best can it be handled? Remember, as a family, we must stay together. Till we meet again, I am your anchor and faculty member for Family Moment Show, Stella Eriamiatoy. Stay blessed. Bye.